Now once you have your 5 stitches on the needles, you'd like to do some setup rows for 2-colour brioche stitch knitting. I'm going to be doing 2-colour brioche stitch, but the first and the last stitches are going to be selvage edges. So you've cast on the stitches, then you slide them back to the opposite end of the needle in order to do the contrasting colour row. So this is set up row 1, main side contrasting colour. The first selvage stitch is slipped. Then the yarn comes forward and you purl the next stitch. Then you slip the next stitch purlwise, the yarn goes over the needles and comes forward to purl the next stitch, and then you slip the last selvage edge stitch again. You can pull it a little bit tighter just so that nothing gets loopy and loose on the end. Now for set up row 2, you have both yarns at the same end, and so therefore you're ready to turn your work. Set up row 2, so contrasting side main colour, goes as follows. You purl the first stitch, that's the selvage edge stitch. You slip the next stitch purlwise, take the yarn over the needles and forward, and brioche purl the next stitch together with its yarn over. Slip one, yarn over, and then purl the last selvage edge stitch. So you've worked the main colour pass and you're ready to slip the stitches back to the opposite end of the needle in order to do the second pass with the contrasting colour. The selvage stitch is slipped. You brioche knit the next stitch together with its yarn over, yarn forward, slip the next stitch, the yarn goes over the needles and you brioche knit the next stitch with its yarn over. And then the contrasting colour dangles behind the work and you slip the next selvage stitch. So there the brioche knitting in 2 colours is taking shape, starting with a wrap cast on, so it starts at a point. And I'll show you one row of brioche knitting just to show you how it will take shape. So you knit the first selvage stitch, yarn forward, slip one purlwise, bark the next stitch with its yarn over, slip one yarn over, and then you knit the selvage edge stitch. Slide the stitches to the opposite end, and this is the contrasting colour pass. You slip the selvage stitch and you brioche purl or burp the next stitch with its yarn over. Slip one purlwise, yarn over forward, and brioche purl the next stitch with its yarn over, and then slip the last stitch. So I'll lift the contrasting colour yarn just so that you can see how these knit columns are taking shape.